Hello, my friends. Welcome in to our May channel review. Unbelievable. We actually had an up month, reversing a steady decline. Because, again, we've talked about this before. What ends up happening, once Football Manager comes out, you get 4, 5, 6 months down the road, and it just starts to kind of do this in terms of subs and views and watch time and stuff like that. You have to have a really engaging channel, like a Lelujo or a Loki Doki, and consistently put out content to continue to grow. You're kind of like, it's like you're growing through the downturn in interest of the game in general. So I'm thankful for you all that have been watching as we go. But let's take a look, because I honestly was a bit surprised. I haven't been keeping as close eye on the analytics as I had in the past, so I was a little surprised by that. Before we get into that, though, I do want to say thanks to a new patron on the channel. And I apologize in advance. I am going to butcher your name. It is Sandra Meisver Kimsas. I apologize for butchering your name. Joining the patrons on Patreon. If you don't know what that is, that's a way for you to financially support the channel. It really does mean a lot. Like, you don't know. Like, there's 16 people right now on Patreon. You can check out the link below in the description, who are contributing at least $1 a month towards essentially encourage me to run the channel. So it's something where I'm slowly saving up that money to potentially buy a new PC, or just do some stuff around the house. Means a lot because YouTube ad revenue not going so well these days. The other thing you do need to be aware of, if you are supporting people on YouTube, just as a general thing, YouTube has recently announced that for some users, they are testing out a different sub box. And by different, I mean there's no point to it. So what does that mean? Essentially, YouTube is trying to do what Twitter and Facebook have done. And instead of showing you videos in your subscription page in chronological order, which is logical and makes sense, right? Like, I want to see the most recent videos in order from the channels I support. Like, duh. They are now making it to where they're going to show you the videos in an order they think that you'll actually watch them. So it's kind of like if you go to the homepage of YouTube, or you're, trending or something like that, it's not going to be chronological order. It's going to be videos they think that will keep you watching on YouTube, which is obviously good for YouTube. But it kind of defeats the purpose of the subscription box. Like, when I sub to people on YouTube, I want to see their videos when they come out at the top so I can click. It's pretty simple, but there is a way around it. Hold on just a second. I'll show you. All right, here we are. We're on the page of Dodgy Gamer, who I highly recommend if you like dad humor. His International Manager of Mystery Save is hilarious. But you can see I'm subscribed, and go give him a sub. I'll put a link to this in the description. Give him some love. But this bell thing is what you're going for. And essentially it says get notified about every video. And that notification comes up here to your notifications tab. So if you really want to make sure that you're seeing the most recent videos, there's essentially 2 ways to do it. Is to subscribe and hit the notification bell, or to just come to the channel page every day. And it may not be impacting your subscription box right now. Like, maybe your subscription box is still in the correct order, but it's just something to be aware of. If you want to get notified when every video comes out, click this bell. I tend to just go through here and click on the creators I want to see, but just a tip there. So anyway, enough rambling about that. Thanks to all my patrons. It really means a lot. We had an up month. Like I said in the last video, I'm doing my best. I'm not gonna say I'm not. I'm doing my best not to freak out about not publishing content on time and sticking to like the stringent schedule and all that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, that's treating this like a job, which I would love to do. But obviously we're up to $59 a month on Patreon, and we went up from $45 to $58 on YouTube last month. That's not exactly a living wage. So I'm cutting myself a break. I still kind of worry about it, like in my head. Like today, this video is going to come out and I don't have another journeyman video ready. In the past, that would have really bothered me. Today, it just kind of bothers me. So I appreciate you all sticking around, even when I'm not as consistent. It's just stuff like this weekend, I watched the United States play Ireland and played outside with my kids a lot, and all kinds of other family stuff going on. and I just didn't have time to sit down and record a bunch. So I'm going to do my best, but that's why I guess I was surprised, because I don't think I've been as consistent. But I think the the 12,000 minutes and the whatever 2,400, 2,300, 2,400 views has a lot to do with the 2 U.S. Soccer videos I put out, the Bolivia friendly, and then the was it the Jonathan Gonzalez? Should we laugh at Jonathan Gonzalez not making the Mexican World Cup roster? Those tend to get a lot of views because what I'm discovering is not many people put out videos about U.S. soccer, which is kind of sad. So I think I'm gonna, even though it's the World Cup, I may have some more videos about that in the future, about U.S. soccer, not just U.S. soccer, but like soccer in general, because that tends to get a lot of views, and I like doing them. I'm always gonna do stuff I want to do, not just for the views, right? But as you can see, those videos got over 600 views each, and they're not even a month old. And there's a difference between April and May. So watch time's up, views up, view duration down a little bit. That could be that those videos are a little bit shorter versus like a 20 to 30 minute Football Manager video. Revenue jumped up. I don't know why, but thank you, advertisers. Thank you all for watching ads. We got 1,000 likes versus 782 in April. Like, I just want to say thank you for that. Like, I talked about that in the last analytics video. Hitting like on videos, especially with YouTube, like tweaking with the subscription box and all this other stuff, really helps videos get noticed. Same thing with comments. I think there were a lot of comments around some of those US soccer videos, but those types of things, I mean, sharing would be unbelievable. But if you watch a video, not just with me, this is not just with me, I'm talking about all creators. If you just hit that like button and if you leave a comment, even if it's just like, hey, great video, or I'm really enjoying this series, or asking a creator a question. Again, this isn't just for me. This is for anybody you want to support on YouTube. It really does help. One, it gets YouTube to kind of go like, oh, well, maybe that video is pretty good because a bunch of people are liking it, right? But also with the comments, you'd be surprised how motivating it is. Like when I get a notification on my phone that, hey, you've got a new patron on Patreon. It's like, holy cow, that's amazing. Or I check and there's like 4 new comments on a video. One, I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't checked it in the last 10 minutes. And I freak out. But it's one of those things that's really motivating, because a lot of times as a creator, you're sitting there putting out content and you're like, wow, 200, 300, 400 people are watching this. And there's 2 comments. Did they all hate it? Did they leave? And some people don't comment, and that's fine. I'm not saying like make yourself uncomfortable and comment. But if you're looking at other creators, not just me, other creators, and you see something and you watch it, just a little, hey, keep it up, really enjoying this. You have no idea how much that means, especially in this time of year. Because like I said, this is the time of year when I think you start seeing a lot of Football Manager videos and creators kind of drop off, because their views start dropping, their comments start dropping, the motivation stops, because like, okay, how am I going to make this different now that we're 7 months removed from the release of the game, or 8 months removed from the release of the game? So those little things mean a lot. Subs, not as much. Again, I'm at this point, I don't think we're going to hit 5,000 by the end of the year unless we get a huge spike when Football Manager 2019 comes out. And I do have some stuff planned. I'm going to try and do some more like very skit heavy series, because I think that draws viewers in. But at this point, it's like, if we can hit, I don't know, 79, 80 viewer or 80 subs a month, I guess that's fine. So that's kind of what's going on the channel. I don't want to ramble too long for you. Let me take it off the comparison here. We can take a look at the top videos of last month. Okay, so this is May. So FM Experiment, which was kind of surprising to me, is the top video is a video from December about the 7-tier football pyramid, where I just did the experiment to see who would get promoted and relegated and what would happen. That's a bit surprising to me that had a big spike in views. That's kind of interesting. Nordic Journeyman Job Hunt going into Club 5 obviously makes sense. And then the new club with AFC Eskilstuna. So that makes sense. Obviously, stream minutes, because I streamed a little bit with Woodham Town. So that actually probably is the real reason we had a big jump, because we had, that's what, 3,600 of a 12,000 increase. So it's not the full complement of it. but that definitely helps when I stream. That gets the watch minutes up, and the rest is the tournament. But then you can see here, was that May 29th? May 29th, so essentially 3 days of May, had 3,000 watch minutes and 540 views. So I think, one, because I like it. Again, I'm not going to do stuff I don't like. But two, because it seems to be rather popular, I'm going to keep doing U.S. soccer videos. I need to get back on that because I did have that series about how to fix U.S. soccer, and I kind of got stuck on how to do Pro Rel because it was like this big idea, and I'm like, how am I going to break this down into an episode that people want to watch? And then I just kind of ground to a halt. So I think that's going to be coming back. I think at one point somebody had asked me to show the geographies on the channel. And here you go. UK leading the way, 28%. A bit surprising to me. United States with 24%. Denmark, 7.4% hanging in there. Norway, Sweden, Finland. We have dominated the Nordic region, my friends. I love it. Germany, Indonesia, which is a bit of a surprise. Canada, how you doing? Old Lady Plays, another creator from Canada. Netherlands, Iceland, Australia, Italy. Yeah, you can see all this. If you want to really look at it, you can hit pause. Enjoy. If you were one of my Indonesian viewers with the average view duration of 16:10, can you leave a comment? That is the most surprising to me. Like, that is massively surprising to me. But that's what's going on the channel. So I'm not gonna ramble just to ramble. I really appreciate the support. We got the World Cup coming up. I'm gonna try and do a World Cup preview, but honestly, I don't know everything about every country. And I would highly recommend the Totals. I talk about them a lot. I'm not affiliated with them, but the Total Soccer Show, and I'm going to put a link, has done really in-depth, like at least an hour to 2 hours, I want to say. Definitely at least an hour on each group. They've done a podcast, an hour at least on each group, breaking down what the team looks like, who the key player looks like, or key players, what kind of style they might play, what they think might happen in the group. I have learned a lot, so I don't want to just regurgitate what they said. I might give you a very high level, hey, it's the World Cup, this is what I think, but I highly recommend you check that out. I'm going to put that in the description below as well. I have a bunch of things, and I think I'm going to forget one of them. So if you're watching this part of the video and you go, hey, you said you were going to put that in and you didn't, could you leave me a comment? That helped me out. But it really does mean a lot that you are at this point in the video and still watching. So thank you so much for that. We will see you next time, and maybe June will be even better. That was a weird way to end it, wasn't it? Yeah. Thanks.